What will it take for you to say Mahomes is greater than Brady? Now, maybe you already say that. Zeke, running the Twitch chat, you can see him arguing with people already. Zeke's, it's already done. He's already passed Brady. You can say nothing. Mahomes cannot match Brady. Brady's the GOAT. You can say another Super Bowl or two. You can say another 3 or 4 Super Bowls. Mego, how would you vote?
I feel like this is pretty simple. It's another 4 Super Bowls. Like, you got to match to me. It's about the Super Bowls. Brady has more than everyone, so he's greater than. What I think is really an interesting twist of this is Mahomes' longevity. And I think people who really want the Brady era to be, they cannot be touched. Like, they just want Brady to be the best forever. They're looking and they're going, well, Mahomes' style of play, that's not going to age well. Like, his game won't age well. He's 28 now. They're already doing stuff with him differently where they gave him the quarterback sneak at the very end. And I can't remember if it was regulation or overtime. But I was like, oh, okay. Like, we haven't seen Mahomes do that much this season because that's when he got injured last season in the playoffs. And so I look at it and I go, would it be more impressive? And I know I'm jumping way ahead. But is it more impressive if Mahomes gets 6 Super Bowls and he gets the next 3 over the next 5 years? So he basically does it across a decade and he rips it off like that.
Window. Yeah.
Or is it more impressive that Brady gets 7 and he was in the game for so long and his game was able to withstand the changes within football that happened across that time?
Okay.
Whether you think it's easier to be a quarterback now than it was when he started, whatever, but that his game was able to have that longevity. That's what I think will be interesting in the future. But he's got to win more Super Bowls. Like, it's not even a conversation to me until he has 6.
Okay, so he's got to win at least 3, maybe 4.
Yes.
Okay, Arkin, how do you answer it?
I think he's got to match him. I don't think he can just change the rules. Brady played for a really long time, and that's part of his legacy, and that's part of why he was so great, and that's also how he was able to win so many Super Bowls. If Mahomes doesn't play as long, he's on a better pace right now. You can't just say, well, he's on a better pace, he's passed him. You have to actually do it. You have to actually pass him. One thing I think could change that and change my opinion on that is if Mahomes three-peats. If Mahomes three-peats, he'll be the first one to ever do that. That'll change it a little bit for me. He may not have to get the 7 to be considered on a different level, but I still think even with that, you got to match the total. You match the total, you've already done everything else.
I disagree with both of you. Now, I would vote the same in the poll. He has to win 3 or 4. The majority of people are voting that way. You can't get to 5 and claim you're better than Brady's 7. But I think he can get to 6, and you can make an argument. And a three-peat might be part of it. What if he calls it quits after 15 years? What if he wins 6 and 15? Do you look at that and you say, well, if he stuck around for another few years now, if he goes out like Barry Sanders or somebody and he's healthy and he decides to hang him up, I think you can make an argument. But he has to win another 3, at least, to make that debate relevant. There are people out there who think he has to pass Tom Brady. He's got to win 8. I reject that. There are people who think that he can't pass Brady because Brady beat him head-to-head.
If he wins 8, he's the greatest.
Okay, but there are people who will
go out on a limb.
There are people who will say he's not because Brady beat him head-to-head, which it's not like Mahomes won Super Bowls with Brady not in the league. He won 2 Super Bowls while Brady was still in the league. He didn't have to go through Brady. That's Brady's fault. He couldn't get there. I'd hold that against Brady. Lost too soon to get to Mahomes. He got taken down by somebody else. And so I think, and I've said, Mahomes is trending right now through 7 seasons, 6 as a starter. Mahomes is ahead of Brady's pace. I have no idea if he's going to get there, but it's fair to say he is matching Brady and even a little bit ahead of where Brady was. That's fair to say. That's as far as I'll go today. Mahomes is not greater than Brady for their careers, but at this point in their career, I think he's off to a better start. And I'd say he gets 3, you get to 6. We can have that discussion. I'm ready to have that discussion with LeBron. People have that discussion with Tiger and Jack. Who is the greatest of all time? I think you can have that discussion, but Mahomes has to get to 6. I'll stand by something I said last week before he even won. He's already number 2 for me. It's Brady and Mahomes. Move over, Montana. You're not there anymore. Peyton Manning, whoever else you want to put up there. Elway, Rodgers.
Elway's not up there.
Johnny U. Why is Elway not up there?
Well, because are we talking about top 3?
No, I'm just saying other great all-time quarterbacks that you would want to throw into that mix.
Sorry, I thought we were talking about the podium.
Elway's like a top 5 quarterback, and so Mahomes is better than all of them. Mahomes is better than all of them except Brady. That's what it is now. It's 1 and 2. I felt that way before he even won this Super Bowl, but that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little bit closer than that for me when it comes to Montana in the mix. But I look at this, and I like the phrase that you use there, that these Super Bowls matter more when there's a really big star in them, when there's greatness in them. And we're going to talk about like whether or not this is a dynasty or what a dynasty means for the NFL, whether you like it now that you're outside of a dynasty.
Absolutely.
We'll get to all of that. But I think we'll look back on this Super Bowl if we're talking about putting these careers up against each other or just talking about Mahomes' career. And we'll remember this one as like, yeah, the third one that Mahomes got when he wasn't even playing that well. Like when his team wasn't even that good. That offense wasn't that good. Travis Kelce was towards the end of his career, and he did nothing during the regular season, and then he showed up through the playoffs. And so this is the one where I think we'll look at it and we'll go, especially if it becomes a three-peat and it's kind of the one in the middle, we'll go like, wow. Like, they kind of stole that one, proving that you're at the point where you just can't give Mahomes. We've been here, but at a Super Bowl level, you're at the point where you just can't give Mahomes the ball back. You can't give him any opportunity because he'll just take it.
I don't think that you can call Mahomes better than Montana right now.
Why?
If he never wins another Super Bowl and goes the rest of his career, never wins another one, never matches Montana, they have the same amount of MVPs, and Montana was all pro more times. I don't think you can say that. You can say he had a great start to his career, but I don't think you can say that's better than Montana.
Niners also won without Montana, right?
That's true.
Like he left
years later.
He left.
Yeah.
They won with Steve Young. Like it was an operation there. It was a full-blown operation. Are the Chiefs winning anything without Mahomes?
Depends who they bring in.
Hell
no.
If they
Hell
have
no.
Steve Young come in after him, maybe.
Okay, maybe.
Steve Young's a Hall of Famer too.
I don't know. We did this the other day. We were talking about what if you put Josh Allen on this team? Or what if you put Lamar Jackson on this team? We're like, I don't know. They probably still lose to Mahomes. So
That's true.
I don't know.
I liked that game.
Yeah, fun game. So here's what you need to know about Brady and the pacing. Right now, at worst, they're dead even. Through 7 years, they both have 3 Super Bowls, okay? The next 7 years for Brady, he didn't win. That would include an undefeated season where he got to a Super Bowl and lost, an injured year in 2008, a year where he got smoked by Baltimore in the wild card round, 2010 where he won an MVP, lost to the Jets, 2011 he lost another Super Bowl, 2012 and 2013 AFC title games to Baltimore and Denver. Mahomes has 7 more years to really jump in front. So what do you guys think? What will it take? You can vote. At Jones and Mego, you can dial us up, 617-779-7937. It's 7-3 for now. What's it going to take for you to say Mahomes is greater than Brady? Vote on Twitter. Dial us up here. We have a lot to get to on the show today. That would include Triple Play at 4:45. That would include Megsplaining at 5:30 and Bet Roulette. Some picks for tonight at 5:45. I want to get to something that Mego mentioned. The Chiefs were vulnerable. This was a year for somebody to get him, and nobody got him. So who's going to pick him off? Who can get him, Patriots fans? Because you're going to need somebody to rise up and stop Patrick Mahomes.